Desert Farming with Musa, and in today's episode I would like us to talk about 3 key elements which, when you consider them and apply them very well, you will have likely got the key to future production. One of the most important things is crop nutrition, crop protection, and variety selection. So in today's episode, I would love us to talk about variety selection. And you know, as a farmer, for me mostly, I like growing watermelons. And let's move to my field and we have a look at what I'm talking about. So you can see, this is one of the secrets. People ask me, why are your watermelon big and sweet? This is the secret. This is one of the secrets. You see, this is manure. You see, this manure is well decomposed. If you look at it, it's well decomposed. So this one is what we are currently using to grow watermelons. So this is one of the key when it comes to crop nutrition, because manure has a lot of nutrition in it, and also it helps in water retention. Yeah. So let's proceed to talk about the topic of the day. I'd love to show you how the crop variety selection plays a very big role, especially in this industry. And if you do very well your calculation, you realize that when you select the best variety, you get production which will make you at least be in the market and sell your produce. For example, first of all, what is a variety? I think a variety is, when you talk about species are these organisms which can interbreed and produce an offspring. So there are we have very many type of species, and now that's where variety selections come in. Like for example, if you look here, this is watermelon. Have a look at this. This watermelon is round in shape, kinda not very round, but a little bit oval. If you look at it, it is different from, let's go there. It's different from this watermelon. Have a look at this. This is sugar baby. So it is different from this, and also you'll come to realize that is same to this. They're still growing. That one is same to this. And also, I want to show you, this is our plot. This one we call it, so far we call this experimental plot. We're experimenting different varieties which we shall be using in the future. And so far we see this sugar baby is performing very well. This is another variety. You look at it. If you look at it, the color, it looks more of bluish green. The strips are bluish, and the rind is green. So it's different. Also, it's different from this. You see, this is oblong. It's dark. The rind is a bit dark compared to another one I'll show you, which are so closely related. These are all the same. This is a different variety, you see. So this different variety, it's round, though a bit dark. And also this is a bit different variety. Now you can have a look at this. This is a different variety. You see, it is very tall, like almost 40 centimeters long. Still very young. It has not yet matured yet. This one matures and makes up to 50 kilograms. So, you know, these varieties, they are different. And the factors which you consider when you are selecting your variety, first of all, is your environment. Like for example, in your environment, which type of diseases are in your environment? And so when it comes to the disease, there is what we call resistance, and the other factor is called resistance and tolerance. So there are plant varieties which are resistant to a particular type of disease, or they are tolerant to a particular type of disease. What do I mean? I mean that, for example, if you talk about tolerance, we are talking about, for example, there is a diseased plant here, but it's still producing, but it is diseased. And we shall most likely not disturb it because it is growing the disease. You see this disease here, this one we call it calvirus, yellow calvirus. You see this yellow calvirus? This plant here has a fruit. You see, it has a fruit here. So you realize that much as the plant is growing, but it is sick, so it can tolerate the disease. That's what we call tolerance. So when you are selecting a variety, look at that aspect. Is this plant tolerant to a certain disease? Another thing is resistance. Like for example, this plant here is a neighbor. Close there, they're so close to each other with the diseased plant, this sugar baby here. But you can realize that this plant is not sick. You see the sick plant, you see they are living together. This is the sick plant, this is the sick plant, and even it's getting into contact with this. But you can realize that this variety here is not getting sick. So most likely, this is what we call resistance. It is resistant to that disease most likely. I've not done some experimental laboratory experiment, but from my field work, I can see they are growing together. I can see there are 3 diseased plants here. There's that, there's this, and behind me there is one there. But where this one is growing, the blue, the sugar baby, it's not getting that type of disease. So that's what we call disease resistance. So we have learned 2 aspects. One, disease resistance and disease tolerance. The other thing, when also you are going to select your variety, you have to look at your market. You have to look at your market. For example, farmers in Kenya, they tell me they prefer the zebra type. The zebra type is this type. So if you go to the Kenyan market, for example, you'll get most of the watermelon, they look like this. This is the zebra type. They're oblong and with this type of strip. This is what the Kenyan market really love. But now it's a bit different. When you come to the Somali market and you bring this, you'll realize that the uptake, the customers, they really don't love this. Instead, when you come to the Somali market, they love the round-shaped watermelon. They don't like the oblong type watermelon. So that's another factor to consider when you are taking your thing, when you are starting to grow watermelon. Go to the market and check what is common, because you cannot just introduce something new and you think people will buy. For example, I have this watermelon here. This watermelon here. Inside, one day we shall cut in the next episode, in the coming episode. Inside it is yellow. It is not red. And most likely the people in Somalia or wherever, most of the people, most likely even in Kenya or wherever, other countries, most likely they have never experienced a yellow watermelon. So it is something strange. So you cannot grow 1,000 watermelon or 2,000 watermelon and introduce them immediately to the market when they don't know about it. So that's another factor which you call variety. I mean, when we're considering the variety selection, look at your market. You see, in the Somali market, they love this type of watermelon, which is a bit round and green. This is another variety. This is another variety here. You can show them. Yeah, this is another variety. It doesn't grow so big. Inside it has red flesh and it's very, very sweet. I've grown it before. This is my second time. Very, very sweet. It has this taste of honey. When you try to get watermelon and honey, you mix. It has that kind of taste when you're trying to. These ones are still the tall ones. You see, like this one. Have a look at this. Come and show people here. Yeah. So this is how many centimeters? This is 20, 40. So this is roughly 45 centimeters. So like for example, if when we are still talking about variety, this variety, if you look at from one plant, we have how many? We have 1, 2, 3. This is the third one, and maybe could there be one another any other? Yeah. So you can see from one plant you have 3 big ones. So also the number of fruits a plant will give you is also one of the factors to determine how you are going to grow your plants. Like this one, for example, this one will give us 3 fruits, which is it's a good fruit setting. Sometimes you will come to realize it might have the 4th. There's some varieties, like I know there's a variety here. One of these varieties I have, like the whole of this, when you look at this variety, it has only one. It has just started fruit setting. You see, it has only one, and it's a very big plant, but it has only one fruit. So also and then that variety, the time it takes to set flowers, that one actually around 28 days it started setting flowers. Look at this, it is almost 40 days, it's still not setting flowers. The nutrition is the same, the environment the same, the water is the same, but they have 2 different characteristics. So that's one factor when you are also going to do variety selection. You select how long will it take to give you fruits. There's some varieties which take very long. Come here and see. The yellow watermelon. Very soon we are going to eat yellow watermelons here. There are very many. So when we talk about marketing, this shape of watermelon, you see it is round, and the color will be easily bought at the Somali market compared to the one I showed you previously, which is long. So these are 2 different varieties. So when you are going to grow your plants and you have this shape of watermelon, most likely the clients will run to you. Like for example here we already have customer for all this. People have already booked. So this one variety which will easily get market from Somalia, because the people in the market of Somalia, they know this. There's another type here. You know. So this is also another variety which I want to show you the difference. You see, this variety here, if you compare this variety, you can have a look at its color. This variety here, if you compare with this, they are a bit different. Let me get this. When you are talking about variety selection, these 2 watermelon, they are not same. You can see even their colors. So this has green strips. This one, I think this color is it purple? Something purple, bluish green. So these two varieties are different, but why I planted like 2 different varieties, that this watermelon, it matures very fast. This one actually, we started harvesting when it was 55 days. And now, this watermelon was older than the other by 1 week, and up to now, it's not yet mature. So this one will take up to 75 days to mature. So that's the difference when it comes again to, you see, we are using the same land, we are using the same treatment, the same environment, but you can see there is some difference. So this one, it takes 55 days to mature. This one takes 75 days to mature. So we planted like this because this one right now is on market, we are selling. Once we finish with this, maybe we shall sell for 15, 16 days. This one will be ready. That's one thing also you have to consider when you are doing your variety selection, is the maturity of the plant. So up to that point, I would like to thank you all. For those who have passion in farming and you feel like you want to learn more, you can subscribe. For those who have not subscribed, thank you very much. Adios. Twende.